The city's worst acts of anti-Semitism later appeared to be a hoax. The Burmax Cafe was vandalized with anti-Semitic graffiti last year. Oksana Berendt, her husband Alexander, and son Maxim, the owners, were later charged with public mischief. In January, they moved to LA.
I'm as shocked as anyone that they fled the country.
But they did so legally. Bernie Bellin knew the Berents and was one of the first to survey the damage. He has not been in touch with them for over a year and a half.
It was my first thought. They're going to flee. They had been talking about opening a restaurant in Los Angeles for quite some time. I never believed that they had the wherewithal to do that.
Their trial was set for next week. The family filed a recent motion to appear by video, which got denied. When it became clear last week that they would not make it, a provincial court judge issued an endorsed warrant for all three, meaning if they return, they turn themselves in and will be out on bail till the trial. One of their lawyers says they can't afford to come back now.
The trouble is that in intervening time, COVID came. And because they're in California, that means they would have to come back 2 weeks at least earlier to quarantine before the trial. They have nowhere here to stay with, and they couldn't afford to be in a hotel quarantining for 2+ weeks.
And they had no choice but to leave.
The negative publicity and also some financial difficulties that they had. They basically lost their business, lost their home. They had no community support here in Winnipeg.
I can understand that for them personally, it was extremely uncomfortable, but I think that's to be expected.
Michael Lazar maintains that the family intends to come back when the pandemic is under control.
Not a case where they've just absconded and blown off the court system. Normally, if that were the case, we just wouldn't hear from them at all. And we'd all be left in the dark and a warrant would go out and that would be that. But they were fully engaged in this process.
The Berents have denied that they staged the crime and still maintain their innocence.
Frankly, I hadn't been thinking much about the Burmax affair for quite some time. So it sort of reawakens some unpleasant memories for, I think, a lot of us in the Jewish community.
And many unanswered questions. Aaron Broman, CBC News, Winnipeg.